Today we're here in downtown Toronto and at an appropriate place to review Order Up from Zoo Digital Publishing, a Cooking Mama clone that I think will surprise a few would-be chefs out there.
Has cooking become a new genre in video games?
Yeah,
really? Seriously?
On the DS, the casual game space on PCs.
I was expecting Order Up to be brutal and not fun.
A discount game.
Yeah, absolutely. I was expecting it to be a total Cooking Mama rip-off and not anywhere near as good.
It is.
It is, but it also borrows, I think, from the Ratatouille kind of vibe as well. I think there's a real distinct sense of humor. And I gotta be honest, I had more fun playing this on the Wii than I had playing Cooking Mama on the Wii. I liked the storytelling, and I liked the characters, and I liked all the attention to detail on the voice acting.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
the characters remind me of that. You borrow money to open up a restaurant, and just like Cooking Mama, you're asked to cook dishes for customers, but it does have a lot of character, very funny dialogue. The patrons sort of saunter into the restaurant, grab a seat, and a really funny waitress goes over, and you hear the banter back and forth, and you're basically, the waitress gives you what they want, whether it's spaghetti and meatballs, or grilled cheese, or fried chicken, and you have to make it being the chef of this restaurant. There's some pretty funny names as well in there.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's going on is you're actually unlocking recipes as you work your way through, and you start off in a diner, and you work your way up to a Mexican restaurant, and then an Italian restaurant, and then finally you're into the fine dining, and you get critics coming out, and health inspectors coming out, and
there's about 80 recipes for restaurants, and
finicky
it does
customers, spices that you start adding to just give your dishes a little bit more perfection. Then you enter into a cooking competition, kind of like the Iron Chef a little bit, and you just win accolades and attention, and you see the newspapers land every day with more information. You earn big tips, and you're able to kind of clean up your restaurant.
I think the key differentiator between Order Up and Cooking Mama is that you're multitasking while you're making recipes. So for example...
Yeah, it's not always one at a time, right? Yeah.
So if you're asked to make burger and fries, you can simultaneously throw a patty on the grill, throw the fries in the deep fryer, and start cutting up the tomatoes and lettuce all at the same time.
And that's just one plate, though. I mean, you can have 4 orders from a table and deal with all of the recipes on those 4 orders at the same time, if you have the multitasking skills. If you can.
And it's all on a timer, so you definitely have to consider multitasking, or you can drag and drop what you want your assistants to take care of if you can hire them.
Yes, and then if you're not happy with the presentation, if you only get a good rating instead of a perfect rating, chuck it in the garbage and start again, but that takes a little bit longer, and the longer you take, your tips start to go down. So there's definitely kind of a time, skill, rubbing your belly, patting your head type kind of sort of vibe to this whole experience. But I liked it, and I was entertained. It's not a sim game, it's more about entertainment and...
it's like an interactive cartoon, and I think you hit the nail on the head, just being fun and entertaining, which, sometimes game companies try to squeeze as many features as possible, but this was just funny, because the writing was clever and the cartoony graphics were great, but I think it was just a fun game that is not easy when you have to start multitasking.
And I think a new company. I've never heard of Zoo, and I've never heard of the developer. I can't even remember the developer's name, but I hadn't heard of either of these guys, and I was very impressed. I was surprised, impressed, entertained. This would get my money.
Definitely. Order Up is a deliciously fun and entertaining game. I think you will not be disappointed. What do you give it?
Deliciously fun. I'm giving it an 8.
8 out of 10 from me as well.
All right.